So today I wanted to talk about milestones. Now this is video 137. That means for 137 consecutive days I've been shooting a video every day. Now the whole point of these videos were for me. They were for me to document where I was, because I was I don't know, I was going to say a bit of a muddle. That's a bit of a weird word, isn't it? I was in a place where I wasn't quite sure which direction I was going in. I had all this knowledge, all this expertise, all these skills, but I wasn't utilising them effectively. I was kind of getting in my own way because I wasn't clear on exactly where I wanted my life to go. Now, I remember quite a while ago, a number of years ago, I was told by a good friend of mine, Alan Cosgrove, to be legendary at one thing. And I remember thinking at the time, how can I be legendary at one thing? I love strength and conditioning, I love nutrition, I love coaching and helping people get their minds unstuck. But little did I know how true that was and how much I really should have paid more attention, because what happened was I tried to be all things to everybody. And when I tried to do that, you can guess what happened. I just got in my own way. It was almost like I overwhelmed myself because I didn't pick one specific person to work with. Whether it was, doesn't have to be a man or a woman. It could be anything you want, just something that you really resonate with. But I was never in that place. I thought, I don't want to do that. But as a result, I got in my own way. And then I got resentful. I got pissed off. I lost my spark a bit. I lost my passion for what I was doing. Simply because I wasn't getting where I wanted to be. And this is not fame and fortune. Well, maybe the fortune part. That would probably, yes, I would agree with that. Because of course everyone wants to be financially free. But ultimately it's about helping people get to their best point. But I couldn't do that without getting to my best point first. And so these videos I shot were literally for me to unravel myself, to reveal myself to the world. And that's what I continue to do. And there is days, and there are days, when I think I just can't be bothered to do this anymore. It's not working. And what I mean by that is my ego's kicking in, because I look at how many people are watching them. And I am grateful for the people who are watching them, but I want to make an even bigger impact. So I want to try and help more people going through the stuff that I've gone through, the lack of clarity, the fact that they know they're here for some reason in this world, but they can't quite put their finger on it. And as I say, that's why I started doing these videos, to document my days. And there's days like today where you just get a little bit stuck. And that's cool. It really is. It really is fine. Because we are where we are. We are where we choose to be at any given moment. And that could be for a variety of reasons. For me, for today, I felt that I'd lost my identity a bit. I'm thinking, okay, today's reflection was, am I wearing a mask? What mask am I wearing? Who am I trying to be? Am I trying to be somebody else? For something else? Am I trying to live up to someone else's expectations? How do I feel about where I am? And that's got me thinking today of exactly, why am I doing these videos again? I kind of lost that a bit. And then I thought, okay, I want to shoot a video about this very thing. I want to talk about the fact that you can lose clarity, or not necessarily purpose, but exactly how you're going to do what you're going to do. I've got an online program called The Lean Warrior. It's been sitting there for 4 years. I started creating this. That was the concept at the beginning. It had a different concept at the beginning. It was more about losing weight and winning fights, because I'm a martial artist. And so part of me for the last 30 years has been martial arts. The ethics of martial arts. The morals, the values, honesty, integrity, self-control, perseverance, and all the other things that I believe in. And of course it comes down to the first thing, which is respect or self-respect. And sometimes by your actions or lack of action or inaction, it kind of tells you where you are. For example, my office is a tip, because I can't ever quite find that time to tidy it up, because there's always something more important. But it just reminds me of the state of where my mind is. And so there'll be days when I tidy it up and then it unravels. Ties up and unravels, and I look and think, That's representing me. My wife just said, Joy just said, she'd been hoovering the cars out and she was hoovering my car out and she said, "You're so untidy." And I don't want to be, but I think it's because I've had these moments more recently of lack of clarity of where I want to go, so I haven't steamrolled into this position for whatever reason. And that's why I've been thinking about masks today. That's why I've been thinking, oh, okay, do I feel light? Do the decisions I'm making feel light, or do they feel heavy? If they feel light, they feel good, that's coming from the right place, a place of alignment. If they don't, there's something else surrounding that, so why am I doing it? Because there's a lot of things I'm doing at the moment that I probably shouldn't be doing. But it always takes as much courage to say no as it does to say yes. And since in the past I've always wanted to, I hate the phrase people please, but I have and I do, and I try and really over deliver with what I do and help as many people as possible. Sometimes I forget that I've got to help me first, and it always starts there. So guys, if you ever feel like you're down yourself, start by going back and thinking, what would love do? What would make me feel good? And that's what comes back down. What one thing can I do right now? If I'm not feeling the best, or I'm feeling a bit out of sorts, or not aligned, or a bit cloudy, lack of clarity, what can I do now to alleviate that, to get myself back on track? It's the easiest thing to do is just to stop where you're going. You know, if you're lost in the country, in the woods, you don't keep walking aimlessly. You stop and take a bearing. You try and look for clues as to where you are. It's the same thing with this. Stop, think about, what do I want to achieve? Where do I go with this? What do I want to go with this? How do I want to help people, or whatever it is your profession is? And start again. As long as it's with you, as long as it feels good, feels light, then you're on the right track. I hope this helps, guys. I'm just wandering around. Just got my tripod out because I'm sick of being static. So yes. So lost off there with my little tripod tricks. Hey, where are you going? What's the next step that makes you feel good? If you don't feel right, if you don't feel aligned, are you wearing a mask? These videos are for me to remind myself of that. I hope they help you as much as they help me. Until next time, guys, take care.